Welcome student on another video lecture. Topic is biosynthetic pathway. In last lecture we have seen about the two methods of tracer technique. Now third one is sequential analysis. The principle of this method of investigation is to grow plant in an atmosphere of 14 CO2 and then analyze the plant metabolite at a given time interval to obtain a sequence in which various related compounds become labeled. So to perform this sequential analysis, the plant is grown in an atmosphere. The atmosphere contains 14 CO2 and then continuous analysis of that plant is done for the metabolites at particular given interval, so that a sequence will form which various related compound become labeled. So the whatever the label compound they are inserted, the sequence of that compound that should be find out, and from the result obtained certain biosynthetic route may become apparent, whereas others are rejected. And here again the important point is that the degradation of isolated radioactive compound is important, because some units of molecule may become labeled more rapidly than others. So the degradation of that radioactive compound which is inserted or incorporated is also important, because some of the unit of the molecule may become labeled more rapidly, whereas some unit becomes less rapidly labeled. So for that reason degradation is also considered, and various biosynthetic routes some are the apparent and some routes are rejected. So the sequential analysis is just growing the plant in the atmosphere and analyzing that plant for various metabolites, and after analysis certain routes they are apparent, whereas certain routes are rejected, and the degradation of that radioactive compound, that is isolated radioactive compound, is also important. For example, this method can be very successfully used in elucidation of path of carbon in photosynthesis. In the process of photosynthesis, what is the pathway of that carbon, that can be traced successfully by this method. After that, it is also used for determining the sequential formation of opium alkaloid as well as tobacco alkaloid. The alkaloids which are produced in opium and tobacco, what is the path or sequence, how they will form, what is the sequential formation of these alkaloids, they can be also traced by using this sequential analysis method. Another example is of Mentha piperita. When it is exposed to 14 CO2 for just a short period, that is 5 minutes, and have been used to obtain the evidence of biosynthetic sequence of piperitone as well as menthone and menthol in Mentha piperita. So what is the sequence which is biosynthetic pathway which is followed by the plant to synthesize piperitone, menthone, menthol, Mentha piperita? It can be traced by this sequential analysis method. Sequential analysis has been very successfully used in elucidation of carbon in photosynthesis and sequential formation of opium and tobacco alkaloid. So this is about the sequential analysis. Now last method is isotope incorporation. This method provides the information about the position of bond cleavage and their formation during reaction. So what is the position of bond, that bond will cleave, or which bonds will cleave, what the cleavage bond, as well as what are the different bonds which are formed during the chemical reaction. The information about the bond cleavage as well as bond formation is given by this method, that is in isotope incorporation. The cleavage of glucose 1-phosphate is catalyzed by alkaline phosphate. So the glucose 1-phosphate cleavage which is catalyzed by alkaline phosphatase, it is the enzyme which cleaves the glucose 1-phosphatase. This is one of the example of isotope incorporation. The reaction occurs with cleavage of either carbon oxygen bond or phosphorus oxygen bond. Generally, when this isotope incorporation, the cleavage of either carbon-oxygen bond or phosphorus-oxygen bond will take place. If the reaction is carried in presence of H2O18 enriched H2O, the cleavage of carbon-oxygen bond, that is path, yield the glucose containing one atom of 18 oxygen. So the glucose which is formed due to cleavage of that carbon oxygen bond, that contains one atom of 18 oxygen. PO bond cleavage, phosphorus oxygen bond cleavage, is characterized by phosphate containing one atom of oxygen 18. So when the cleavage of phosphorus and oxygen bond will take place, then there will be formation of phosphate and which contain 18 oxygen. During experimentation, the label invariably appears in inorganic phosphate identifying the PO phosphorus oxygen bond as a cleavage. So basic thing is that which bonds are cleaved and which bonds are formed, that the information about that is given by this method. And if the oxygen carbon oxygen bond will cleave, then the glucose will form and which contain 18 oxygen, and if the phosphorus oxygen bond will cleave, then it will get the phosphate which contain 18 oxygen. This is about the isotope incorporation. Now there are general applications of tracer technique. First one is study of sequence cyclation or by the use of 14C3H label mevalonic acid. So this mevalonic acid, label mevalonic acid with isotope of carbon and hydrogen, that can be used for sequential cyclization. Interrelationship among 4-methylsterol and 4,4-dimethylsterol by the use of 14 carbon acetate. So what is the relationship between these two sterol, 4-methyl and 4,4-dimethylsterol? By using the isotope that is use of carbon, that is 14 carbon acetate, and terpenoid biosynthesis by chloroplast isolated in inorganic solvent by use of 2,14C mevalonate. So how the terpenoids, they are biosynthesized in the chloroplast. To trace that, the carbon 14 mevalonate is used. Study of formation of scopolamine by the use of labeled phenylalanine. Here labeled phenylalanine is used, and how the scopolamine is formed. The formation of that metabolite is done by using labeled phenylalanine. Study of formation of cinnamic acid in pathway of coumarin formed from labeled coumarin. Here the labeled coumarin is used, and in that formation of how cinnamic acid is formed in the pathway of coumarin, that is also studied. This one is the application. After that, origin of carbon and nitrogen atom of Puring ring system by use of 14 carbon and 15 nitrogen labeled precursors. So 14 carbon and 15 nitrogen labeled precursors are used, and origin of carbon and nitrogen atom of Puring system is done by using 45Ca as a tracer. It has been found that the uptake of calcium by plant from the soil is nearly same both for calcium oxide and calcium carbonate in acidic soil. So if the soil is acidic, both are absorbed by the plant in same concentration or same way, and that can be traced by using 45 calcium as a tracer. By adding ammonium phosphate labeled, here the ammonium phosphate is a label compound with precursor is 32 phosphorus of non-specific activity. Thus uptake of phosphorus is followed by measuring the radioactivity as label reaches first lower part of the plant and then upper part and branches and leaves. So the label compound that will reach to the lower part and upper part, branches and leaves, and here the activity is traced by using label compound, that is ammonium phosphate, and the precursor used is 32. Phosphorus is a isotope which is used as a precursor, and from that the activity is uptake of phosphorus is measured by radioactivity of label, and that reaches first to the lower part of the plant, then upper part, branches and leaves. So these are the various applications of tracer technique. If you like my video, please press the like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you.